around it, figure out how to not let it skip. Wind blowing, you know, I'm getting off balance. This thing's walking around. What do I do? Compute, exactly, adjust, is it, you know, like, just it enough? All this stuff is, it's hard. It is the future, inevitably, but there'll be,
And he's my body's actually he's like venture partner. Left has been retired operations that workspaces
Google Cloud.
separate, but it was connected. No, like everything that you would use is very patient. It's like, why is the video quality? I'm flattering.
It's not better.
It's gotten a lot better. No,
I just think
they've been working on it.
it's better than Zoom.
Yeah, now it's got better. But I was like, Zoom is so. This is like.
Teams is terrible.
This is like 9 months ago. This is right as he was leaving. It's just like, it's great to think about it. And so we're working on it. But so he had been the GM of ads, and then just kind of kept getting others. But he's like a product guy, he's like a tech guy. And he lives in Los Altos and is Jewish American, so had this like wanted to investment in Israel, and he's business school. He's very American, lives in London, which is the reason that I climb in London. There's a bunch of Americans that invest in Europe and Israel. And I'm only being Jerry has, you know, in some ways he's so long as everything. Then in other ways, he's like so investor. He's amazing angel. But he's spending all his time with us and stuff, and he's like on the stats right now. It's just like, is there a way for us to do something? Doesn't just need to be smart. The intellectual kick that he gets out of going and like went to Zurich and was like hanging out with these like teenage guys, and then they all do a sojourn in San Francisco, so he doesn't actually have to come. It's like my colleague David is more only investing in Israeli companies. Most of them. Yeah, he had kind of said like, I'll go once a month. He's come like once. He has 2 little ones. He's come like once a quarter because of the companies he's chatting to end up doing some sort of roadshow. Most of the companies that invest in I think that's also a little bit of a. You're going to get like just like local investors in whatever place you are, and then it's going to be control mismanagement, right? Very American. Jerry. I've introduced him.
Yeah.
He's going to be here soon. He's in Boston. But he's like running around with this question in his mind. It's just like, how are people going to solve it? And it's amazing the ways that they suggest to us that they're going to solve it. Because we always hear the bad shit, you know? It's just like the non-consensus, pre-consensus / momentum consensus stuff.
Rhoda, who is like an important time to a lot of people got the quantum stage and before.
Yeah.
That was one of those like $500 billion like initial rounds. Very secret sauce. Their answer to this question is YouTube videos.
And they just haven't taken it.
They just think it's a rich source for.
Ask Jerry, because he obviously was there before they spun around each other when it was like, you know, there was like definitely more of a all in the same.
We probably have like more sophistication in that, but I guess we're online for a lot of videos, and you can probably find the variety you need, and a lot of it is like you need to just show
And
a
also
robot.
there's loads of people doing stuff too.
Exactly. People unbox things, and there's a cult following behind that, and whole t-shirts and show you how to do it.
My nephew watched an hour and a half. I was home in Ireland this weekend, and he's obsessed with Rubik's Cubes. He's a veteran.
Can you hear him?
Is it? And he watched an hour and a half, like, it's definitely like, there was like family dinner together. He reaches his max of like a family and adults. And they were like giving him the iPad and just kind of, doing that like childless act. It's just like, I'm sure he's been watching YouTube, And they were like, don't worry, it's just him watching Rubik's Cube puzzles. But yeah, it's just someone's hand doing Rubik's Cubes. Like,
And then,
stuff fun.
yeah, exactly. And then there's, a lot of this is like, watch them learning in real time. Say, okay, now, pause the video. What would you predict might be next?
Yeah.
And then see if it's predicted correctly. What next kind of step or adjustment or action might be, and then show just the video, explain.
We had a company like that out of Oxford, actually, out of Oxford. I can't remember what it ended up called.
So cool, you've become like a veteran of tech and mental.
I'm like an enthusiast. Like when my colleagues start talking about
You need to
like
self-identify.
software infrastructure, I'm like, I really zone out, and they're like, this is also an important part of what we do, and I'm just like, can you talk about the hydrogen battery company again?
And I think that stuff, the suit behind it, is actually just the opportunity for me to spend a little bit of time learning it. It's much law. It's so dry and boring and it's fucking dry. Like I could read this 100-page contract or 5 of them. But oh my god, I get to whatever the first page. I'm not going to look at any details. So all because of the profession. It's very unfair to lawyers and similarly, a lot of obfuscation with software infrastructure stuff, like your databases, your hosting, few core functions. And then they have these crazy emails and want to better these things and those things.
Like I understand, we have a retrieval company, and they're like the guys in terms of the way they build publicly do search first, and then that is like this first Expo, which is like when you search anything on Spotify, the structure behind that is like it's architecture, it's guys that built so random. Like search as you know it happened out.
It's like real time predicting what you're searching for.
No, it's all of the infrastructure right. So it's like they had this view that like in order to manage, but it's always been like how you manage the data behind research. And in their mind, it's like actually agentic search is going to change how this happens. And no one's prepared for like what require research problems. And like I actually am a board observer on that company. Like I spent a lot of time with them, but like for the first year, I still and I still really don't like it. I can't get my head around it. It feels like very weird. One of them was doing a talk, and I was just like, this is how you can't manage all of the data. Which is like can't pull the right data. Yeah, it's a very. I was like.
It reminds me of this movie.
They're like,
Reminds me of that Adam Sandler movie, 41st Dates, something like that.
I don't know. I'm sure I've seen it, but that's like purely naughty.
Amazing movie. It's like a rom-com, like 15 years ago.
Yeah, the heyday of rom-coms.
You don't see it anymore, and they're like in Hawaii, and like has like an accident with her head. She develops like amnesia.
Oh, so
Every time
they
she
go
goes
on
to
the
bed,
first date.
she forgets everything. Adam Sandler's, her like lover, fiance, something,
Yeah.
and
It's like a
and
grind
re-meets
talk
her every
thing.
morning,
Yeah. Yeah.
and pretends like he doesn't know her.
That's a retrieval problem.
That's the context
Yeah.
problem. It's like I'm restarting the
Exactly. So
the chat, and I'm
it's
like,
all
I have to
about
remind
it's all
you.
about the context window. So when you this is how they explain it to me. They're like when you have like an incredibly expansive context window, how your true data becomes like infinite complex. That's why there are all these like failure direct lines in runtime because it's like a very complex platform. But
But it's a little bit absurd. It's like, oh, we trained it on all the world data,
yeah.
100 billion. It is still
Yes.
parameters of 100 billion
Yeah,
random
and it
variables
still
we
can't
don't understand.
remember like
And
just
it-
random shit you said.
yeah, you give it more than 7 sentences. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, well,
Yeah.
you know.
It's great. It has. I do think it's definitely got better. Like I have one thread on trying to do my health stuff. Basically got like all of my I had like genetic tests and I had like biome got tests like all this information and I've been feeding it into ChatGPT for like over a year. And it's got a lot better. Like in the beginning, it was definitely like I've worked stuff out now that I just have to input data because I'm like,
Projects at all?
as in I have one thread. No, I need a project.
Project is
Very
all
obvious.
It's not. These are like, I don't know, basically piece of it, but it's
Yeah.
part of solving it. So it's like health stuff,
Yes.
for example, you can have, it's kind of sandbox stuff in the rest of your tracks. You put in files, data, instructions, and then it has all that context, but it's not somehow jammed into the context window. And you keep having tabs and add new
Yes,
things,
interesting.
and it can reference it in a much more efficient
Because I
way.
realized one of my friends said to me, he was like, oh, you know, because of the data breach of 23andMe, I've done a 23andMe test to just get them to send you the zip file of your genome. So then suddenly it was like 90, it's like 90 bucks for this test. That actually tells you a lot once you put it through.
But if you paid for it once, you just lost your.
You don't have to. You don't have to do it again. It's like they still have your data unless you control it, which I haven't.
Sold and resold millions of times.
I am sure the dark web is coming up with bioweapons based on all of our genetics, like for sure.
Or when I commit a crime.
No. See that's not gonna happen. Like that would involve
Somebody sold all
government
these.
institutions being organized
Somebody sold all these pieces
in the US.
in the US.
Yeah, no, here. Don't commit any crimes. They're definitely not
Part
doing
of
that
the
in
growth
the
team
UK.
figured out that the way that they were going to grow the product was going to the ones and lost out, right? And that wasn't a great money maker.
No.
They lost money on it. But
Yeah.
then,
Yeah, terrible
unless
business.
you opted out of everything, you get an email every other week, like some distant relative.
Just sold
Now,
it to yeah. Again, terrible business.
And that ancestry.com
And it
database.
answered nothing because they couldn't say anything like legally. But they knew a lot. Like mine solved basically everything from like I have another bunch of tests which are more in depth and were very expensive and like basically say the same thing. I'm like, if I just done this in one test, it would be nice. And it's stupid stuff like I'm 100% Irish. So there's a lot of stuff like about the way that my like things that I should eat and shouldn't eat. It's very and you can't eat those things because your ancestors just did not have them for such a long period of time.
Isn't everyone like no sweets, all vegetables, and all types?
No, mine is like very. Well, I just can't eat onion garlic.
Because onion and garlic was
Full of sulfur.
available.
Basically, I worked out that sulfur, which I actually knew from another test. This is very off topic, but I had done loads of other tests that told me all of this stuff, and then I just practice. And then my friend said, "Oh, you have 23." Didn't tell me anything, but I could have done that. And I forgot I sacrificed the same thing. And then because I put it through George, I was like, oh, this is like, actually might be a bit of a problem. Like, it might be a little bit. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And downstream of that, with that, causing my allergies to much worse. And they were like, yeah, there's a mast cells are producing more histamine. And that's why your allergies are so bad. So it took a bit of detective work, but now, so I said to some of my friends, like, you should just do this normal test. But yes, not if they're going to quit carbs.
Yeah. Probably too late. If any of your relatives, you know.
No, I'm pretty sure, actually the only relative of mine is pretty sure. No, when I know he's worried about the carbs. I do have friends who are, would be worried about like actually my Jewish friends. They are sensitive to nutrition. They just have a collective concern about because that was part of the day breach. Like it was like one of those like sounds like a conspiracy theory, sort of like making it possible. But yeah. Anyway, that was such a digression. But so what are you gonna do next?
Yeah, I don't know. So that's kind of what I'm figuring out. Basically,
Did you deploy the capital?
And from a lot of people, we did a great job for them at TechFem with looking into we got some third-party capital around it to do working last year at the time for launch of the second fund. And then basically long story short, changing control, officer takeover, new owners came in and talked about happened late last year, and as soon as came in, everyone I've worked with last year, owners and companies just going into the now the right foundation for another 10-year relationship. And there's kind of a perfect time that we
No,
have
I
to
think
transition
also
out
that, at that
cleanly.
point you're like, everyone is looking at this stuff like trying to find for the last 10 years.
And it's been a long chapter, and I'm really proud of it, and it was great. But and while I was in it, it was really hard to kind of think about leading in those no one would either transition at all to, and I felt lost ownership, and we wanted to kind of get the win when that really wasn't presented right. Transition this out and take a reconnect with my favorite people, figure out what's energizing, what's exciting. Everything I've done is very relevant for this particular moment in time. I just want to be working with good people, interesting stuff, position energy.
What has been more like bigger platforms
That probably it's just like a long lead time, and thinking it's on scale and some momentum right now. I think the things that I'm most attracted towards are either a bigger multi-channel platform, gives me flexibility to do early and later and kind of privilege of capital in this moment, or
she's just a baby.
just something nimble and early and creative and fun. Going with
She's a mini dog. Yeah.
kind of in between strategy is more challenging.
You too.
I won one. We want to be
I want one now.
early or hyper specialized. I think you can play any
I've been thinking I want
or you can say
Yeah. But you can't really have a dog spend. I don't have the.
I think there is a space for like your Series A funds.
I'll
If
play.
you're big on that big loan, and then you can cut those space.
But you can like be on anything. like an ornament. My cat is like
which there is
the only thing that I would get mad about is my cat loves
there's kind of dying though.
that would
Well, I was gonna say we aren't,
but I would like to have
a bunch of ones in Europe
a dog is a lot more.
are trying to achieve this for people, but they haven't
But
really
like
stayed.
have
You would still have rights to customers, like grinding on whatever stage they're in. And my friends would say, oh, you're really visitors.
That's a lot of dogs.
That's where it is. Our editors slash customers are super
They're all your dogs.
well, they're like artisanal first track movies. But they're not really combating something like focused on destroy them. They're all around.
Yeah.
And if I can find things that it's like I don't think that against it. It's just such how morning books are not really in the business of charts for those ones.
Yeah, we were just
Creating a different kind of just it
Did you
feels
guys see the Sabrina Carpenter music video? It was so good.
Yeah. And look, I think there's a place for that too. And I don't think it's easy.
Well, because they
$10
directed.
billion
You still want it?
No.
No.
no. During your 15, and you kind of looked like broke, then maybe outside.
Yeah.
Because we have outfits, and those are outfits out here. And we have outfits. So now actually, dresses. And I kind of like it. I think I felt like I had to just have a turn. Oh, I just didn't want it. It's like, they've got some really big swings, but it is harder to like, inside to make enough money on Biz to return just to do what, you know, it's like, yeah, you have a huge win, it's like still just great.
32 billion.
Yeah, we're like, caught in like, they feel like a different day versus like very external. Yeah, makes things interesting.
And nimbleness helps. Yeah, you're kind of cavalier in a way that managing for some of the time. They kind of pick up on IQ and move early in that. Part of the momentum, great momentum. And I think what it does for like everyone else in the group is too institutional, too rigid, and probably should be because then a lot of money. So much sideline stuff, and then you're like, it maybe change, be more like them, you do it too late in the cycle, and then you lose money doing
Like it might say because they're not wrong, kind of like fine. They're like a little bit of things. Or the insight is movement or the marketing type stuff. It's just like there's so much.
I like that.
It's one of those things where
Talk about it later.
and for us it was like, you know, because I do network with some presidents, we didn't even expect what I do, but I think that I really want to know. It's not
I have no
like-
idea. I'm like
most of our companies are
Broadway
hiring.
and
I mean, they are hiring, but not. They don't need to hire people. They need an advisor. That's what it is.
and
When
one
we look at a space, I know. Let's talk about it.
You know a lot of those?
Do you know what? I knew too. I was like, what? When I did all of that PE stuff, back in 12, 13, 14 years ago. Some of those people who were in Angels Forest I think it's funny when you're in your dates. So, it turns out it's in every single one.
I think in the summer you can.
And every
In the summer.
I think I haven't slept the whole time. Yeah, I don't know why. Like either jet lag or
I feel like when
I have something.
when we start living in space, it's not like a terrible bad. I guess it's not to you. It's more like this is fine. It's say this is
I felt it.
to it.
Yeah.
That's an interesting compliment. Your take on it slash when I was offended and actually the one that
I don't know what's happening, but I think it's super. And then it's always gummy. I'm thinking that I'm so like.
Yeah, there's like something about it.
Yeah. So my peers I have Sophia. She's like I'm late. I was really well.
Normally, I have a pretty good day. I don't remember the schedule. I just know that on Thursday I have work. It's never a problem. So I'm like good at it. I don't forget.
It's very
But this week, I had to write it down.
it takes like
Because I have something. Yeah. And I
even
wrote it
it's
on a single.
one that kind of says,
Yeah, I'll send you a picture of
here's
it.
how
On my dining room table.
that
And there's like coffee stain, like cups, like little
I don't know what it was like. And that's the thing. Say I didn't know.
again, that's right.
I looked at it.
No one's worked out. Inside it's a big deal. In the midst of this,
I'm gonna relax and
like it's breeze now.
I should just
Walk around and chat. Yeah.
It's almost like
I'm not really.
I'm not sure.
Oh my god.
I would do like a vertical. Vertical integrated writing techniques.
Yeah.
Because I have a friend who's
Yeah. And now it's like hard to integrate. Yeah.
so I want to like what?
Yeah.
And maybe that is the
Like-
solution, right? It's like I don't. It makes me question if it's what they things, or they just see
As an artist,
do some
I do.
Probably got it. Yeah. The pressure to
yeah.
just
But it feels kind of counterintuitive to fighters when they do that. Yeah. Right on.
That's when you know that these are strictly Olympic level mainstream.
Yeah, it's like some sort of like Overton window.
And I saw this a few years ago.
Why I haven't read it.
That portion part of it become kind of hot and then don't in this case dabble. And then they might quickly move out for a while and then whether a couple of doing a lot better and it's focus and
Yeah.
companies look at it going,
And do you find that
I was
one of the
so
things
taken by it.
the next round or the round after the next round, definitely.
Yeah, but you did prosthetic.
Oh really? Yeah. It's like that's smart. It's gonna be mostly over secondary. It's fine, but it's not. It then becomes moms, and actually multiple like
She also has
great girls, but
I can't actually say her
The one thing I
famous
say
one,
is where
but
you
she also
are,
has amazing directors, intuition, or something.
new money is capital structure.
I
yeah,
read
which
a
is,
little-
and then it's like a looks very different.
They might say,
and, like, I read some like mentors,
two rounds,
and like two
might
were
be free to play those. There might be
some
two
were just
rounds,
fine,
$20
and
million,
only two were actually helpful, and then there
different
are
kind of multiple, a lot of
yeah,
capital.
because some of them get so like
And
eerie based
everyone that doesn't
that I found myself getting in my head on set, and it was actively like, this is so unapplicable that all I'm doing now is just doubting.
company might
Hasn't happened in
recognize
the
that.
Andrew was really helpful, and then
Yeah,
another mentor
it's
of
not
mine,
so
who
much
was
just
my for a long time, Peter Markle, has a book, but it is so Judith is like a very like she was an actress herself, like but she's like it's a little bit more like kind of cushy, and then
Anything capital intensive becomes hard.
yeah, and like stories and like emotions, and
It's not
Peter
yet.
is a little bit more technical, but I find she doesn't waste her time like going into like you know, it's just kind of like this is what you need to focus on. This is like what your needs is. Yeah.
So I,
Yeah, it's like of all the technical ones.
you know, I don't need to
Because
ask
he's not an
questions.
answer.
I would just get excited. But I think that question of like, should you be investing in it? Capital. How important is that? I think Dave is more. I think you get so excited. I'm gonna have to go.
That's so great.
That sort of happened, but I think he had a sense of like, no, sorry, I was
Yeah, exactly.
definitely have like a pitch. We love this. In fact, we have a space. And that's an issue.
Sometimes it's great because it's not effective and that kind of obsessive for other times stuff pulls down.
I think it will pop in
Yeah, these are very questions and answers. Context of the time will tell. I think the closely aligned answer to at least having the past companies that basically raise a lot of money. For certain firms, that's part of the right. Getting the way that they are doing.
energy efficient.
I found the Judith one the most helpful, but that's like the second. The rest were either neutral or active. Yeah. Yeah.
Infrastructure fund is debt fund.
Growth fund. And the real estate fund. and then
Although maybe like
Secretary funds out of
I was a producer before I started directing.
the opportunity
So
fund and
maybe
then
it went into
checks after that.
but like, you know, I don't, it wasn't like,
First
I
$20 million
knew how
check,
a set worked already because I did so many jobs on the set. But in terms of the actual like getting the shot and getting the story,
down a path. And then the $1 billion in capital they committed over time.
yeah, like in somewhat world,
To
where
that,
you just
an
learn
asset, a
like
lot of
the
money.
it's just like having an experience working on set where it's like obviously it's not one-to-one, like it's like a little bit, you want to have a little bit of like, if this went wrong, I won't do it, you know? Because then when you have the first one, it's not the first time where it's like, oh,
We actually
yeah. Yeah. Because I find there's a little bit of that pressure is to be unsure. And then it's to get used to it, you know?
I think you are sitting at home so apparently getting that's but like he's still kind of like
Yeah. Oh my god.
He did the thing which is called gentrifized himself by getting institutional, very safe stay
Yeah.
Right. My first class here, that conversation. This is great. This is so legit. Now, the issue is when you want to do it as a company,
Yeah, but like you need relationships.
you need to, the next one you need to have some like crazy ensemble yeah, you know, like whoever Isaac is wants to have a list for this, yeah, you know he wants to do something that is like potentially change it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a different model to by the time you introduce them to the team. It would look more like a broken way.
Oh yeah. Oh sweet.
And I totally know why, but then you kind of hit this place where you're like, yeah, okay, we want to do more.
Okay. Okay.
We need to have some paths.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Okay, that's funny. Oh my god, that's sick. That's sick. Oh yeah.
They're not going to do
that either needs to be part of the contract, they have a lot of money for it, or just kind of go opportunity cost.
opportunity costs like
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
no, I feel like that just like versus one is based on companies from
Yeah. Yeah.
but obviously
Oh,
I
yeah.
just read this that's like the kind of yes, great that they have them. But even then, you know, you have to manufacture things, right? They can have things so that they have such a companies but to them,
Yeah.
things like totally different. Yeah, the level of complexity is so distracting. But like
Okay, yeah.
our space
One second.
That's cool. You guys are
I think you're gonna
working a bunch of interesting stuff. Working going well. Book can eat, you know, your
Meet Jerry, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just check time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
oh boy.
You think that works very good? Next summer? Like, even like in terms of like tour trips, like, what do you think? What do you imagine them?
I kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. You think an August shoot or something?
Yeah. Are you talking about a lot?
Yeah. 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 It's photographs.
Time difference
Get the location.
It's 5 o'clock.
What do you think? Like, I work from a lot of
It's like scouting.
What do you think he's like in town? That's like
You know, like the skateboard
no,
shop?
I don't think so. I think
So there's like a skateboard shop that's down and it's
Um,
like having good hair. Oh, we love it.
But yeah, I don't.
not the same role, but I wonder if the area would double it as well. The elk shop is what's above it, but there's a skateboard shop below the elk.
Besides that, it was great.
No, it's not.
I don't know, he isn't it for like the long. She's good.
And then yes, one in Brooklyn that has like more square footage is just like a crazy PG.
Every guy
Yeah.
tries with them all. And they end up
And then other local
one is in like a factor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are different pieces in life. Even though they're not, they do something every day. You know, like, it's yeah, he does. And he does something to like actually be good. You know.
Yeah.
I'm sure giving his mom his changed.
The ones that yes, the line is expensive. Just allocate money for it.
Well, yeah.
Or like get the exterior.
Yeah, double it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't blame them. But if anything, stuff like that happens, it makes you want to.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the heart. Yeah. Yeah. There's even a world that like for that because like it's so many of the pages of the script. Get like an empty Soho white box and production design makes a coffee shop and it's hours. Because to some degree like asking like to close out a coffee shop for like a month.
Like everyone has a war and date with him. Really?
To get the tax rate to build on it. Yeah. Yeah.
He's just like, no.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, but even if we don't like the he makes the
No,
schedule.
it's like a different
And there's like a world
bad
that
about
we
it.
just
No, what
those
else
days
time?
have to balance it pending.
Right,
So it's like
yeah.
for the if it's a real coffee shop, the chaos of
That's good.
location
It's not like
could
dragging
be like for them a month. It's not like 30 days straight. You know, it's like we're coming on this Tuesday. You have to kind of keep it set up for us. Yeah. But I think both we should pursue both. Because I also think like a coffee shop, like some of them is just fucking exposure.
Yeah,
You know. Yeah, I think about those dates. I need to see her again. She's like, yeah, let me double check. But she confirmed she wanted to meet you guys. I kind of want to start seeing Jet. I don't know if you met him who's there. He's like the Lana you met, and she's the sweetest. And like, I feel like the more creative one. Jet's like a little bit more like business in the front. And Lana's reply time is starting like, okay, I think you're like the creative person. And Jet to make a time. They're both really sweet, but they're business partners. And I'm starting to actually have a better understanding of who does what. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me know.
Yeah. And then Jamin would love to meet with you again.
What would you do?
Like producer. Or, but like if it's going through my company, it's like, for example, like a Tropia headboard company, that's very common, Brandy. It's not usually one company. When it's one company, it's like a studio film, right? I can't think of it taking into across 10 years that was one company. And most companies come with a few producers, so like Jet and Lana were both producers on Tropia through ways of business. You know what I'm saying? If Killer Films comes on, you're 3 producers from in A24 comes on. So it's kind of like each company has a roster that worked on it. So Jamin wouldn't be getting extra real estate. It would be the portion that is my company. He's someone I'm bringing on to help that. Yeah. Yeah. He's very connected in New York. He got Haley Eric Yu for cinematographer. more like on the ground crew, they're our age and they're like a little earlier in their career. They're supervisors, so they're on a lot of big projects, but they're not like moving the deal yet. Like long term, they will be a producer. Right now, they're on huge movies at more coordinator level, but they exclusively do comedy. So like 99% of like they were lower below the line for Happy Go Lucky. So I do wonder if it would make sense to meet them. So if you wanted like a script supervisor, like any kind of crew that got your genre, Ben's like working shoulder to shoulder with them. He's just not like the impressive boss, but he's like in the weeds with all of them. That he could like call them on their cell and do it, kind of a thing. So he's fun. It's very sweet. And just I don't do as many movies, so I'd be curious in person. His network there. Yeah. It's gonna be good.
I'm excited to see roommates fighting
Cool. Yeah.
Hello. And then
You guys should be twins.
so we're identical twins.
Yeah.
We're like
You and yeah.
This is a real.
Yeah.
This is the real.
Really?
And I am too.
Got it. Yeah. Get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is really cool.
Well, you know what, Anya?
Yeah.
You're working at the mud all day. You can go home, you take a shower.
Sure.
Look at those fucking people in those places.
Yeah.
So,
They're definitely like city birds. Like they're not afraid of us. Yeah.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so just recap. You said
The Margaret.
Margaret Jackson, or just like you said, tax.
Yeah.
And that email,
Yeah, the draft number.
yeah, the draft number. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think you're right. I think it's
very. Talking about government workers in Tsarist Russia. And how one worker was very pleased with himself and whatever. He's in charge of Washington. The same, and describes this person as the same eagle, as soon as he leaves his room and approaches his superior's office, he scurries papers under his arm like a partridge. In society or in a there's someone just a little bit above you, you will undergo such an extreme fly becomes a fly less than a fly. He self-annihilates you say, what do you mean? No. Okay, cool. This could not be Ivan Petrovich. I'll be right back. Ivan Petrovich is talking. This is a loud voice. Never loud.
We talk about it now.
People know that.
Yeah, let's just touch base on it.
And he can't stop talking.
That works great. I mean, it's nice to talk to you know, yeah.
Someone just a little bit above him. Just a little bit above him. Oh yes, oh, that's so funny. Oh yes, everything I can say. You just have a little bit of depth, you know. But no, but I agree with you. that is how these like office
You gotta go look.
environments work. You know, I hate it. I remember when I was sitting next to my boss, cool guy, whatever. I don't know if you remember much about it, but he was pretty young. He was like, I think he was early 30s, mid 30s. When I was like 24 at the time. And nice guy. And I'm like, okay, you've been here for 10 years. It's my first day. I'm not a better man.